The time is now. Let's make this moment let it young. The time is now. Let's make this moment last. Give up yourself onto the moment. The time is now. Give up yourself onto the moment. Let's make this moment last.
And welcome everybody to this Gillette Soccer special here on this Tuesday night here, as we're about to kick off some Premier League action for you all. And chief amongst them, it would be perhaps the game between Liverpool and Aston Villa, where Avram Grant will take his villains for his first time in his career, of course, formerly of Chelsea. And of course, elsewhere is Fulham taking on Derby County, and Manchester United at home to Blackburn. The rest of the games are playing tomorrow. We already have our first goal of the afternoon thanks to Davy Jones, who has just scored for Derby County against Fulham. And well, Robbie Earnshaw not wasting any time either, making it 2-0 to Derby County here. Fulham's season really going from bad to worse at the moment. And if you think from bad to worse, then let's look no further than to Old Trafford. We've only been away for 6 minutes, and that time, Manchester United has scored 3 goals. John O'Shea, Nemanja Vidic, and Carlos Tevez scoring the goals. Clearly, Carlos was feeling a little bit offended that all of his centre-backs were scoring, so now he's on himself. Elsewhere, it looks like Carlos Tevez has actually made it 4-0 now to Manchester United against Blackburn Rovers. Jose Mourinho's men, he's only been in the door a couple of weeks, but he really has been emphatic in his return to Premier League action, as Man United cruising at the moment against Blackburn Rovers. The only game so far with no goals at all to speak of is Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Looks to have been a very quiet first half, Dave Armstrong. Talk us through what's been happening at Anfield.
Yeah, it's been very scrappy. It's been in the midfield as well. It's not been good. There's a chance here for Liverpool, and it is. First goal of the afternoon. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. But it's come from an unlikely source. It's Jean-Arne Riise, who's broken down this right-hand side. And this is what happens when Liverpool are frustrated. They played such a high line. Xabi Alonso was there. And the person he plays it to is Jamie Carragher. Feeds it out to Jean-Arne Riise, who's got nobody anywhere near him. And he's taken it on that famed left foot into the side netting on the far side. It's a great finish, but he had a pick of about 5 or 6 players who could have put it in the back of the net. 1-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, John Reese, of course, famously has a sledgehammer for a left foot, and he used it quite adequately there with that shot there. And Liverpool with a much needed 3 points here to get themselves comfortably in third place in the league table. Other goals are going as we speak. Derby County now 3-0 up against Fulham, and Robbie Earnshaw with a second goal of the season. What a season Robbie Earnshaw is having, by the way. His first season in the Premier League, and certainly won't be his last, going by Derby County's form here. They are currently looking for European football at the moment, which is incredible to say. And we'll give you a word about Man United's 5th goal of the season, but we're going back to Anfield again. It was a quiet first half. Second half is nonetheless a lot noisier, Dave Armstrong.
Yeah, it's a second assist for Jamie Carragher. Right place, right time for the centre half, who's played a wonderful ball out on just outside the penalty spot, and 2 or 3 players had a chance to call for it, but Jermaine Pennett's the one who's yelled for that ball to remain at his feet. Put a brilliant finish in the top right-hand corner. 2-0 Liverpool, and Avram Grant edging closer to not a very happy debut in the dugout for Aston Villa.
Yeah, it was always going to be a tough ask for Avram Grant, only in the door 2 days.
I'm sorry to go across you, Jonathan, but Ashley Young has been injured quite badly in this game, and he will miss some time, but we'll find out more on that as the game goes on.
Yeah, certainly. Thanks very much for Dave. We'll try and get an update for you, Aston Villa fans out there, about Ashley Young. That certainly would be a massive loss to the team in this crucial period of the season, where it's almost 2 games per week for most clubs, and Aston Villa will not be wanting to lose crucial players like Young at this moment in time. As you mentioned, Manchester United have made it now 5 past Blackburn. Owen Hargreaves now getting in on the action. In that regard, Manchester United now really are cruising against Blackburn Rovers here. The goals very much kind of streaming in there between these 3 games. A gentle reminder, of course, that the rest of the games will be played tomorrow evening. Chief amongst them would be the game between Chelsea and West Ham United, 2nd versus 6th. And that should really be an intriguing affair all round. That is full time now for the games around here. As we said, Fulham very much humiliated by Derby County, but they did get two late goals to give them an early scare. Brian McBride and Andy Todd own goal made a very scary end to Derby County, but they hold on for the 3 points. Derby now eighth place, and they are joint points of Manchester City and above Everton. What a season Derby County are having. It ended 5-0 at Old Trafford between Manchester United and Blackburn. But we end tonight's coverage with Liverpool winning at Aston Villa 2-0 to the good Dave Armstrong. A bruising affair for Aston Villa has to be said, but a comfortable night in the end for Liverpool.
Yeah, it was a game of one half in this case. Jonathan, the first half was absolutely, dire, but whatever was said at halftime for Liverpool, they came out, as I said, all guns blazing. I think that, the defensive line could well have been in, Aston Villa's half at one point. That's how high they played. It was a great press as well. They made space for themselves. The two goals were excellently executed as well. Two, Look, two assists for Jamie Carragher. He's very rarely going to have a player of the match performance from an attacking point of view in his career, but he does that tonight. He is the Barclays man of the match for the game tonight. Two assists for him and two goals for Liverpool. But the downside to tonight's match was it wasn't all down to bad play from Aston Villa. Two key injuries to two players for them. Ashley Young going off early in the game, and Nigel Rio-Coker injured in injury time quite badly. He's stretchered off, so we'll have to see how bad it is for them. But business as usual for Liverpool.
Yes, indeed, business as usual, as you said there, Dave. And the league table currently, obviously, Liverpool will be playing Bolton in January, so they are currently game advantage over the rest of their league rivals. But they are currently sitting in third place at the moment, alongside Arsenal behind them and Chelsea, Manchester United ahead of them. As for the bottom half of the table, well, it's just not looking good really for Fulham at the moment. They are only a point to their name, and Wigan and Sunderland they're not any better either, 4 and 8 respectively. And Aston Villa, Portsmouth, who have both made decisions in their managerial front, will now be hoping to bear fruit of that over the Christmas period. Portsmouth yet to appoint a manager, as have Wigan. You might wonder if Fulham are going to do the same.
Well, next up for me is the Merseyside derby. Suppose it's a good time to play it actually. Back-to-back wins, and Everton are currently in
They have a bit of a
ninth.
wobble. Bit of a wobble at the moment, yeah.
So we'll see. Right now we have how many games are on now this evening? Hmm,
I think you're going
let's
to have the
find
busier night
out.
of it, I think, between the two of us.
How many games are on tonight?
I say it's the rest of them. It should be seven, I think, isn't it?
Fucking hell. Oh my God, right, okay, 7 games. Uh,
Come on,
six
then.
games on tonight.
This is what you're not paid
Um,
for.
that's true. That's true. Um, a
Yep.
total of 17 pence obviously made from ad revenue alone in the last year. Gotta love that YouTube ad revenue.
Many, many, many.
Um, right.
But yes, six. I say 6 games here overall, so that's
Yeah,
interesting.
6 games.
Yeah. Okay. All right
Since I've
then.
had back-to-back wins, I've been holding this back-scratching claw, so I'm not allowed to put it down now.
That's the it's good luck scratcher, is it?
It's the good luck claw. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the yeah.
Okay. Right.
So there you go. I can't put it down now because I've had back-to-back wins,
Yep.
so I have
That is
to
the
keep a
rule.
hold of it.
That is officially how it works. Right then, so now I've been advised to give some players rest, so I'm gonna have to take a few risks with this match. I don't like it, but I'm gonna have to go with it. Fortunately.
Fair, fair.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bit better. And Ashley Cole's going to come in. So deep playing. Who's going to play deep playing? You want to go again? Going to have to take a risk, and I'm going to have to go with. So my current bespoke replacement for Michael Ballack in my team, Steve Sidwell. That's the best I can do at the minute. So you can see why I'm going into the market here. That's a drop and a half between those two players. So you can see this is why I'm circling. Uh okay. I'll be intrigued to see now how we get on here because there's a couple of changes, couple of risks here. Let's see how this goes. Because Michael Ballack was definitely like crucial in the whole setup. So this is Sidwell's addition here now. Let's see how this goes.
Oh, Chelsea, Steve Sidwell edition.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I saw.
Anyway,
Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. We are kicking off here at Stamford Bridge. Very much London derby. And
it
it's a
is.
London first London derby for quite a few players,
It
actually,
is a
has to be
London
said.
derby.
Yeah. Like I mean, that's a pretty decent West Ham team. Okay. All right, and we kicked off.
As you can see, I have my trusty assistant manager with me.
He's a lot floofier than I recall.
You know, see that? And welcome back to Gillette Soccer Wednesday, which is oddly named now. But the latest scores to come through are Bolton are leading Middlesbrough 2-0. Chelsea still no goals at Stamford Bridge. Man City lead 1-0 thanks to a Bianchi goal to give them the lead. And of course, with Chelsea, we will have, as always, our correspondent Jonathan Nolan awaiting at Stamford Bridge to give us the details. So we will pass over to him to give us an update.
Oh,
Jonathan, what is happening at the bridge?
Oh, it was such a poor pass out there from Anton Ferdinand. He goes across field, and I'd say Alan Kerberty is screaming his head off at the touchline because Mikel Essien picks his pocket, and he goes for a shot, and he hits the post. I'd say he's absolutely fuming with that. But Chelsea are back on the attack here. They're not letting off here. Wright Phillips on the shot here, and Rob Green, I think, got a touch on it. Yes, he did. It's a corner for Chelsea. The pressure's been kind of gradually building from Chelsea a little bit. Obviously, there's a few changes in the lineup here, but they're going to try and consolidate this, and it's cleared off the line by Julian Faubert. What an incredible rally of chances there from Chelsea, but it's still goalless here at Stamford Bridge as things stand.
So it is goalless, and Newcastle are 2-0 up in their game. Charles Zogbia getting the latest in
Oh,
that game, but more action at Stamford Bridge. Can you tell us about that, Jonathan?
yeah, it was a free kick this time. Didier Drogba, shockingly enough, was the one taking it, and he's forced another save out of Rob Green. The corner came to nothing in the end, and West Ham survived to half time, Dave.
Okay, it's 0-0. We'll take a run through the latest scores, and it's not looking good for Arsenal. 2-0 down to Newcastle. That's at James's Park. The goals from Joey Barton and Charles and Zogbia. Tottenham leading Wigan 2-1 with Zakora getting both goals for Tottenham. And of course, Brown getting the goal for Wigan. Man City 2-0 up on Sunderland. In Whitehead sent off for Roy Keane's side, and Bianchi getting 2 goals before half time. What a season he's having. And of course, for Bolton, it's still 2-1 as Robert Huth had got one back just on stroke of half time, and Giannakopoulos scored the second one for Bolton. Inside 10 minutes is 2 goals for them. So we'll keep you updated with the scores here in the Sky News studio, but it's still goalless at the bridge.
Indeed. Okay.
An interesting one here because Arsenal are 2-0 down, which means
Mm,
we can get a jump on them with points. And now it's a tough one here for Chelsea.
yeah, just making some drastic changes. So let's see. I'm shuffling my deck completely here. 5 subs. Let's do it.
Ha! Might head off straight away. Ooh,
Nearly did. Hit the crossbar.
nearly,
Yeah.
nearly. It's 2-1. Luka Modric gets one back for Arsenal. And the rest of the games, Portsmouth, Sol Campbell takes the lead. They take the lead against Reading, and Davies gets the third goal for Bolton in their game at home. And Reading have equalised through Gunnarsson, 1-1 now at Fratton Park. And all of the scores have remained the same, but no, it hasn't. 4-1 now as Giannakopoulos gets a second goal for Bolton. Ah, bollocks.
No, I saw that.
Fucks.
All right.
It is now full time, and at Stamford Bridge, we'll go live to Jonathan Nolan to give us his thoughts on the 0-0 draw at West Ham at home. One you would have thought Chelsea would have been routine and gotten all of those goals that we've been so used to seeing in these games. But Jonathan, no goals, 1 point, and it would go down as a disappointing night at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, Dave. West Ham weren't really in the game at all. They focused very much on trying to come out of Stamford Bridge at a point, and quite frankly, that's exactly what they got. I don't recall them ever having any serious chances in the game. I think they had one maybe in the first half, but they really just tried to bolster their defense and they just stood in for 90 minutes. I think it's going to be frustrating for Chelsea because obviously we've been making the point that they rested a lot of players today, like Lampard and John Terry were on the bench, and of course the injury to Michael Ballack has not helped. But they shuffled their deck today. Didn't quite work out for them. But look, it's one of those ones for Chelsea there. I think could be one of those they're going to live to regret potentially in the season, especially with the former Manchester United. They feel they should have won this game comfortably. And if you look at the shots they've had, the chances, they definitely felt like they should have won this one. But unfortunately, that's football, and all they get is the point. So that's it. Hey, all right then.
Fulham have a new manager, no?
No, it's still Laurie Sanchez as far as I know.
I don't think it is. Um,
Oh,
anyway, the final scores for the Premier League on a cold December Wednesday night. Bolton 4, Middlesbrough 1. A huge win for Bolton at home in the Premier League, and that will move them up to 12th place. Chelsea goalless at the bridge, but only 3 points behind Manchester United in the title run-in. And that could be a big point when you really look at it at the end of the season. As far as the other fixtures are concerned, it was a home win for Manchester City at Eastland at 3-0 against Sunderland. Roy Keane's men again dropping and dropping and dropping. They're now 5 points behind Aston Villa in 18th place in the drop zone, so they'll need to pick up the pace as soon as possible. Newcastle with a big win at home, which pushes them all the way up to 11th place over Arsenal, who are now dropping to 6th behind Tottenham and Man City, who are chasing a European spot this season. So it's a big, big season so far for Man City. And Portsmouth 1-1 with Reading. And to round it off, Tottenham 2, Wigan 1, but both with big injuries. And the biggest coming out of Tottenham with Robbie Keane going off injured in the 84th minute in there. So that is all of the results for tonight. And we'll be back on the weekend, beginning with the Merseyside derby.
And yes, to confirm, Dave, there has been movement at Fulham. It looks like Laurie Sanchez has been sacked by Fulham. Certainly has been an absolutely shambolic season from Fulham in the Premier League, and it is looking like they're going to be moving quickly on from that. They do have a caretaker manager in place, but I can't imagine Fulham will be resting on their laurels here. They'll want someone to come in at least before the weekend, or even by at least next week. Because as a 1 point from 15 games is just not good enough anywhere in the world, and obviously it's quite a surprise that it's taken this long to act. Okay,
Here we go. It is almost time for David Moyes and Everton.
return of the Moise, return of the Moise, return of the
Got
Moise,
to be Moyes.
return of the
Got to
Moise,
be Moyes.
Moise. One more time now, return of the Moise.
Well, too soon.
But this is a lovely this is a lovely weekend of football. This is, isn't it? Could Derby County versus Man United is interesting me now. Could the Derby County have been the shock fucking team in this league? Could they do us a favor here? Could they do us a solid
Okay,
here?
so
I'm intrigued.
if they beat United, you then have to go to the Riverside later on in the day
Mm-hmm.
and go and beat Middlesbrough away from home.
Yes.
Now, here's the interesting thing. Arsenal have Birmingham. They're going to win that.
Mm.
I now need to make sure that results go my way so I can keep some of the pressure on Man City, Arsenal, and Tottenham to try and chase me. Not going to get
Yes.
to you, not going to get to United, but I can at least help do you a favor next time I play them anyway.
Mm. That's the hope anyway, yeah. Like I said, like it is just been chopping and changing, and the goal difference is such a factor as well. Like we are both on
Yeah.
the same number now as well. So that's getting very tasty indeed.
And here we go. Tim Cahill, Phil Neville as captain, Lee Carsley, Leighton Baines, Jolien Lescott, Joseph Yobo, Tony Hibbert, Andy Johnson,
Oh God.
Thomas
Oh,
Gravison, Hossamy, Alan Stubbs, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry, but that entire team is just fucking trauma. Like, well, outside of Leighton Baines, who was an absolute fucking great player, and obviously Tim Cahill, Mikel Arteta, the streets won't forget. But fucking Tony Hibbert, and even in this day and age, is disgraceful.
Yeah,
Absolutely disgusting.
Leighton Baines should have went to United when he had the chance, to be honest with you.
He should have. He should have. But
Oh,
okay, anyway.
Jesus. First
And here
highlight
we
to
go.
Everton.
And Everton starting off this game strong here. They're going to be looking to put a marker on their Merseyside rivals, who are comfortably ahead of them in the league table at the moment. Arteta, who's took the free kick and now looking to do it himself, and he forced a save from his compatriot Pepe Reina. A good chance there from Everton, who are looking to arrest this slide they've had as of late. They've slipped out of the top four and the top eight now, and they're looking to change that against their nearest rivals. And another save on Pepe Reina, denying Mikel Arteta what would have been a phenomenal free kick there. Everton really have Liverpool under the cosh here, building on this early momentum. Leighton Baines over the corner. We know how good he is from these set pieces. He's been looking for Arteta again, but doesn't find him. And now Javier Mascherano has space to run in for here. Perhaps not the paciest player that Liverpool would like on this break. But Everton have gone back into their shape and the chance is snuffed out.
What's happening here,
Dave
lads?
again, flip this corner in. Looking for the head of Lescott there. Out back to Baines. What's he going to do with this? He's going for the touchline run here. Oh, it's come off Tim Cahill there. Bit of a pinball effect there, but it's still with Everton here. Phil Neville, captain's armband today, looking for Andy Johnson, and Pep Reina has secured the ball. Been all Everton so far in this game. It's the first real chance for Liverpool here. Xabi Alonso from this free kick. Vastey. Oh, and he's had just been pinched there from Phil Neville. And Tim Cahill's going to chase this one down. But Steve Finnan's going to get there first. Daniel Agger, big moment for him, this Danish centre-back. Mascherano. Liverpool short of options in terms of passing, has to go back to the goalkeeper. Jalen Narisa now. Atmosphere is crackling here at Goodison Park as Everton are sensing the tide might be turning here. And Risa, and he awaits a challenge from Tony Hibbert. Risa makes his run in, finds Gerrard. He's going to go for it, and he scores it. Yeah. Steven Gerrard. Who else in a Merseyside derby to step up? Yeah. What a crucial goal for Liverpool's season in a game that very much they've been second best in so far. But when it comes to the goals, they've got there first. And it's Steven Gerrard, the captain, who gets it. And the Goodison crowd have been silenced with that one.
Slippy G.
Liverpool are going to try and capitalise on this now. Gerrard, he finds Vastey in a great position, and what a save from Tim Howard to deny Vastey, who was given acres of space by the Everton back four. Liverpool sending a second goal here with Risa to take this corner. And emphatically cleared out there by Jolie and Lescott. Everton looking to press here. Carragher with a risky ball out there to Daniel Agger, but Liverpool have worked it out here to Steve Finnan. Fighting away there with Tim Carroll, but he gets the ball out to Fernando Torres, who's had to come into midfield to try and get the ball here. Another quiet day for the Spaniard so far. Gerrard. Playmaking in that middle, and Torres is in here. Could he make it two? He doesn't. He misses it. Shocking miss from Fernando Torres, with the pressure building on the new signing to impress, with more strikers on the way from Liverpool in January. Arteta. Out to Neville. Tony Hibbert making a run here. Surely not. And he forces a save at a Pepe Reina nonetheless. Tony Hibbert yet to score a goal for his club. But nearly made one there. Leighton Baines again. Whips it in with his left foot. And it's cleared out by his compatriot, John Arnorisa. Reina using Steve Finn as the outlet there. Looks to be a bit of interplay here between him, and Finn has the ball back here. He's going to make the cross in here, it seems. Finds Fernando Torres, and again, the shot is tame and doesn't trouble Tim Howard. Everton a bit bruised from the affair here. Both Carsley and Oscar going off with injuries. And Liverpool now looking to affect the game during this time of chaos. And Fernando Torres does get his goal. There's protest from the Everton defenders here. They think that the Spaniard is offside. The referee will converse with his linesman about it, but it was looking good from the commentary box here, and I think it will stay 2-0. So Steve Finnan crosses the ball in, and yeah, you can see there Fernando Torres does come back from an offside position, but he is on when the ball comes to him. And unfortunately, Leighton Baines will feel a bit aggrieved with that one, but he misses man at the crucial point. And Fernando Torres, with the pressure mounting on him, has got a crucial goal here in his first Merseyside derby. We've seen this replay again of how close that call was. Leighton Baines is coming back at an unfortunate time. Fernando Torres saw his opportunity and took it. And now, despite this the early pressure from Everton, it is now 2-0 Liverpool as we reach half-time. It just goes to show how quick a Merseyside derby can turn. Everton, who started off the game strong, Liverpool took their time to build into the game, but when they did, they hit Everton where it hurt. Goals from Steven Gerrard and Fernando Torres. And we'll be back in a few minutes with the second half. Of course, this result will put Liverpool a couple of points clear of the chasing pack of teams looking for Champions League football next season, led currently by Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester City there as well. Arsenal struggling a little bit, as is but West Ham also resurgent, currently in seventh. Everton at the moment are looking at a potential mid-table result at the moment, which will not please the Everton contingency, considering how strong they started the season. Changes for both sides now as both teams try to settle into their second half routine. Everton really knocking on the door here, but no real clear-cut chances for the home side. Sense of urgency now in the play as their sub Anderson Silva tries to play it through. Pressure's mounting there as Phil Neville nearly gets intercepted there by Fernando Torres. Also me, who has seen both sides of the Merseyside derby here, this time for the Blues. And Andy Johnson has played Yakubu in, and a hammer shot there from Yakubu. And that's what he was brought here to Everton to do. A crucial goal in the Merseyside derby. Will that turn the tide for the home side? They've got 15 minutes to impact. And Yakubu, who's only been on for a couple of minutes, gets a massive goal, and remarkably only his first of the season for Everton. The crowd is now up looking to try and get Everton to will them into an equaliser here.